What's happening, my people? So, coming at you with this video right here. This is going to be top 10 albums of 2018 so far. Because the year isn't over yet, but a lot of the big dogs have dropped. So, it isn't too many people that, like big artists that hasn't really dropped any albums. I'm looking forward to like Rick Ross, Wale, maybe Meek. So, they still have a few people, but a lot of people have dropped. So, this is my top 10 list because I will make a few people mad because everything won't be to everybody's liking. Everybody has their own preferences and stuff. I did this video already, but there was a glitch with the video, so I had to delete it right whenever I uploaded it. So honorable mention, that's how I'm going to start this off. And I'm going to start that off with Neo Goodman. I used to be a big Neo fan. He went to the pop lane. He back on the R&B right now. It's a real dope album, man. It's something that you should really check out. But I don't know, I just don't feel the same way about Neo after he left us. So that's why it isn't in my top 10, because it's top 10 quality. But it's just, I'm not as big a fan of Neo as I used to be because how he left us. Y'all gonna hate this one. Honorable mention, Kanye, Ye. Yeah, it's an honorable mention. It's not in top 10. Album short. The mixing quality wasn't great on it. It was alright, but I'm gonna get to a lot of the Kanye albums, and some of them made the cut, some of them didn't. Black Thought, Streams of Thought, dope lyricists from the Roots, but it was only like 5 songs, so it's something to check out. But you ain't cracking my top 10 with 5 songs. Like, hopefully you got an album and not an EP. Will EP make the list? We shall see. Wale is Complicated, another EP, one of my favorite artists, but short. I think he had two EPs, 2 short-lived projects, and they had some dope songs, but just short. So that's why he wasn't able to make the list. Currency, The Marina, that project is dope. It's top 10 quality. He just dropped so much music. Man, I was such a big fan of Currency, like in the Pilot Talk era. Him and Ski Beats, marvelous work. But he just dropped so much music, so much music. I just got wore out on Currency. So I went on this album, like I downloaded, but I didn't really want to listen to it. But when I finally listened to it, it was dope. Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. Personally, this isn't something that would be on my list or anything, but I don't want to shortchange her. I want to give her props. It's not a top 10 album in my opinion. Like, it's nothing I'm gonna jam. I listened to it like once. Yeah, I listened to it once. I didn't listen to it after that. But salute to Cardi B. She a big artist, man. She did her thing. She has a lot of fans. She might be #1 on a lot of people's list, but not mine. But I don't want to just not mention her at all. J-Rock Redemption, good album. Hey, he from TDE. He the one that put it down. Without him, it wouldn't be all the rest of them. And so it was a dope album. Not top 10 in my opinion. But Buddy, Harlan and Alondra, it was a dope album. But at the time that I did this list a few weeks ago, like right when the album dropped. I'm just keeping the same list that I made a few weeks ago. The album had just dropped, so I didn't want to put it top 10 right away because I didn't want to have just a knee-jerk reaction because I enjoyed it. So I'm going to just keep it in the honorable mention section because I will do the list again at the end of the year and maybe it'll move up. Since I've delayed this list, I'm going to put Travis Scott Astro World on there because it's a pretty dope project. Her just dropped something too, Prelude. You can put that on there too. So now, all the honorable mention out the way. Gonna get into the thick of things. Top 10 list so far. And at the number 10 spot, I would give to Jim Jones, Wasted Talent. Jim Jones? Yeah. The production on there is quality. Some street music. New York. I'm from Louisiana, but I always gravitated to the New York artists and stuff. But I used to always like Currency. Not Currency. I always like Cameron and Joel Santana in them. And I was big on the Dipset. But I never liked Jim too much. Jim used to kind of be off rhythm and stuff. But he has grown a lot in the years. And his rapping has gotten way better. And this project it's a pretty good project, man. I would say check this out. Wasted Talent. It has like a little. Number 9. This is one like personal, because this is a personal artist that I like. But should it be top 10? I'm not necessarily sure. But it's gonna be on my top 10 list because I like to push this brother. I think he has a classic in him. This just isn't it. But number 9, Tory Lanez, Memories Don't Die. I'm a big Tory Lanez fan. I think the first album might have been a little bit better, but he hasn't made that classic yet. But I think when he matures a little bit, he got classic in him. And the album is dope. Whenever it came out at the beginning of the year, I was jamming the hell out of it. I still listen to it every now and then. But I just like Tory Lanez, so that's why I put it on my list. Number 8, Nasir. Whenever I did my review for this, I said it was a classic. I do enjoy all the songs on there. But to be honest, man, 7 songs classic. It's hard to be a classic at 7 songs. And was it classic? I enjoyed it thoroughly. But I think it was more that I enjoyed every song, and it had been so long that I was just so happy to hear Nas, and the fact that I didn't hate the songs. I was like, oh, this is a classic. So it's not that high on my list because the shortness of it, and it was kind of a knee-jerk reaction on my review. Players fuck up too, but it's a good album, and he's a don in the game. Nasty Nas, I'm put him at number 8. So moving on. So number 7, Bobby Fino, Flamingo and Koval. Dope album. This is actually a football player. I can't think of his name right now, but he's a football player. Used to play for the Texans, and so a football player, he's making you a top 10 list. The album is actually dope. Like the production and stuff is similar to like an old Jayco mixtape. That's how I kind of think of his style. Is mellow beats like pianos and just instrumentation with like a poetic style flow. It's something that I enjoy, man. I think it's dope. Number 6, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Everything's Love. I think Jay-Z murdered this album. But to me, it was like Jay-Z rapping over a bunch of Beyonce songs or Beyonce beats. It was more of a Beyonce album featuring Jay-Z, in my opinion. So, I would like Jay-Z to take charge a little bit more, but he more like, yo, B, just do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna jump on the records. So, that's why I don't have it. But Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. I love Jay-Z shit, but it's just not a Jay-Z project. And it's like, I don't know. It's more Beyonce, and I like Beyonce, but it's just the mixture. I'd rather a Beyonce album, a Jay-Z album, but together is high because they two of the GOATs. But to be, anyways, number 5, Pusha T, Daytona. Now this is one of the Kanye albums, and it was short, but I put it high. He wrecked it. He wrecked it, man. Like he did his damn thing on this album. Killed the beats. Kanye did his job on production. It came together well. It could have been up to top 1, 2, 3 if it would have been longer, with just the 7 songs that docks it a little bit. So that's why it wasn't higher, but it should have been because it was a dope ass album, man. They did their thing on that one. Number 4, Drake, Scorpion. Now it's a dope album, double album. The first album is what everybody seems to like more. People seem to hate the second album. The second album is what I like more. I like more of the singing album. The first album, he seemed like he was answering his haters too much, or answering like Kanye and Pusha T a lot. Like he kind of got thrown off his shit, just answering them and keep throwing stuff instead of just like focusing on like doing you. So it's good for that moment, but like whenever you're gonna listen to the album, like years from now, are you gonna want to hear that? Like that's the way I look at it. But it's a dope album, man. The videos from it are spectacular. I tried to do a reaction video to In My Feelings, but YouTube keep blocking it for some reason. I see other people able to do it. Why can't I do it? But anyways, That's number 4 on the list. Number 3, Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. Dope album, street album. The production on there is super solid. And I'm not a big Nipsey Hussle fan. I've listened to some of his mixtapes and stuff, and I have not been a big fan of it. But I love this album. This album was dope, motivational hip hop, street hip hop. Like I like to listen to this when I'm hooping, have my headphones on and just be shooting by myself and stuff, and just it's rocking. It's rocking from front to back. It's a hood classic. Number 2, Jayco, KOD. Why isn't it number 1? Because I think I like the mellowness in some of the joints. Like this one is more up tempo. Is more him trying to jump in the lane. It's like his version of Damn. So maybe if Damn didn't come out before, I probably would like it a little bit more. Probably not. But I do enjoy it. I love the album. It's number 2, evidently. But the number 1 spot is obtained by a brother that I have never been too big a fan of. He's in a group. He's not my favorite member of the group. But this album right here, this is number 1 album of the year, in my opinion. Because the content, the story, the lyricism, I'm just a big fan of this album right here, and I got to give it a number 1 spot. So the number 1 album of 2018 so far is Royce the 5'9", Book of Rhyme. Oh, what? Royce the 5'9", Book of Rhyme? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Listen to the album, man. The lyricism on there is on point. Like, this is actually, it's like an autobiography in rap form. How challenging, you know how challenging that is? Like, just to write like an autobiography, but then you rhyme it over beats and you put your life story. Like, he tells so many stories from his life. He talks about how his father used to beat his brother up, and his brother would get drunk and try to challenge his father, and you know, how he lost his virginity, and things that happened in his neighborhood, and the way mental health things and stuff have affected him, and addiction has affected him with his life and with his son coming up. How he's gonna parent different than his father, but his father was on drugs, went to rehab, and he never left his family through all of that. Like, so his father beat him up, but he puts his father on a pedestal because his father did take care of him. So he touches on a lot of issues on this album, man. It is just a very deep album. So for a brother to put all of that in the album, man, I gotta give him his props. So Royce the 5'9", Book of Rhyme, that is my number 1 album of 2018 so far. So they still got a few more albums coming out this year. This year is like 60% done. So we're gonna see. What do you think of this list? What are your top 10 lists? Holla at your boy. Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest and the most hated. Peace out.